I'm Ellen Walker, the Director of Mission Hill Main Streets. And on behalf of Mission Hill Main Streets, I want to thank you all for being here today. It's a great turnout, and this is really exciting that we've had the mayor here for 3 separate events in the one day, and we're finishing this off with a tribute to Richie Rouse, which is exciting, I think, for all of us, and Richie. And yay! And after the mayor speaks for a couple of minutes, we do have food from some of the small businesses here in Mission Hill. So we have food from Milkweed Cafe, we have food from Lily's Pasta, from Crispy Dough, from Mike's Donuts as well. So we want everybody to participate in that. And don't forget to go back to boba tea for a little bit of that bubble tea. It was great. Mayor Walsh.
Thank you, Ellen. Thank you very much, Ellen. Let me, first of all, just thank Mission Hill Main Streets for being an amazing Main Street. You know, we cut the ribbon today on 2 businesses. We're cutting the ribbon on a bench now in a minute. 18 new businesses in this neighborhood in 1 year. A lot of the businesses are immigrants, and we hear this kind of spewing of hate coming out of Washington, D.C. But here in Boston, in this neighborhood and every neighborhood in the city, we celebrate immigrants. And our immigrants celebrate our community by making investments. These businesses that we're opening today and these businesses that are here, they didn't get a free ride. The businesses that are here, the money that's put into these businesses is their money. They put everything that they earn on the line, and they invest it in the businesses. And you know, to think that we don't celebrate that is just completely wrong. And I just want to thank all the businesses in this neighborhood. I want to thank the long-term businesses in this neighborhood. I want to thank the new businesses in this neighborhood. I'm asking people to support our businesses here. And I want to thank Main Streets and the Board of Directors who are constantly out there actively engaged in new businesses and bringing new people to the table, but also supporting the businesses that exist. So thank you for that. This bench dedication is to Richie Rouse, the past director of Mission Hill Main Streets. I don't know if you know this, Richie Rouse, when he first ran for office, he was living in Ward 13, Precinct 6 on Willow Street, number 10. I grew up on Taft Street, which is Ward 13, Precinct 8, which is about 6 houses that divide the 2. And it was the first time that I really remember a local race the way that it was. He was running, Richie was running, and there was another guy, Danny Hart, in the race. And it was literally a dogfight. Every other house had a sign on it. It was either Rouse, put Rouse in the house, and that was the motto, or what was Danny's motto? You gotta have heart. And you know,
Garrison was in that election as well.
She would have been the, she was in the rest? Okay. And that's kind of, I think, where I really got the bug for politics. Because I watched that race, and it was literally every neighbor had a different sign on the house. And Richie won. And
43 votes.
By 43 votes. And for a bunch of years, he was our state representative. And then redistricting came. When Richie left, they redistricted the district a bit, and they created the first person of color seat in Boston. And that seat is now held by Liz Miranda, but it was held by Charlotte Ritchie. And that's how that seat happened. What's up, buddy? And then I ran for Jim Brett. Jim Brett took over. But I say that because Richie has been active in the community way back. Because you don't run for office, whether it's state rep or city councilor, and not be engaged in your community. Went on to have a distinguished career in elective office, and then came here to Mission Hill Main Streets and did an amazing job in this community, supporting the businesses. He did it the way it's supposed to be done. He did it by knocking on the doors, by building relationships and understanding it, not believing it, not having an ego, understanding what was important for moving forward. The momentum here in Mission Hill is because of the board of directors. The momentum here in Mission Hill is because of the director, the executive director. So I want to personally thank Richie Rouse for all that he's done in this community, in this incredible neighborhood. Richie also, ironically, was very good friends and served with the representative who used to represent this district, Kevin Fitzgerald. And they served in the House of Representatives together. And it was great to see kind of Richie's career come full circle and end up in Fitzy's old district doing the work that Fitzy loved to do. So congratulations, Richie. We're not going to cut the ribbon yet because I'm going to bring up another elected official to say a couple words. And I want to thank Josh, who's here, who's going to come up and say a few words, who represents this neighborhood in the city council, and Nico, who represents this neighborhood in the State House in Kevin Fitz's old seat. And I want to see if they'll come up and say a couple words quickly about this great neighborhood and Richie Rouse. Come on in.
Thank you, Mayor. I heard that quickly at the end of a couple words, so we'll be quick. Listen, I'm excited to be here to see such a crowd out. It's always so exciting to walk up and down this street, whether it was my first campaign 6 years ago or today, and see the change, see the dynamism, see how many diverse businesses are coming up here and growing, and that's what we're celebrating today. And at the very beginning, my history with Richie doesn't go quite all the way back to Rouse in the House, but when I was first running to represent this neighborhood in the city council, I sat down with him, with Michelle, with Maria, with Dermot, with some of the other folks who really helped form the backbone of this commercial district, of this neighborhood. And they talked to me about what was needed, what sort of support we needed from City Hall. And I've been proud, I think, to play a small part in delivering that support and working with this community, the residents, the small business owners, with Mayor Walsh and his administration, with our partners in the State House, with my colleague, City Councillor at Large Michael Flaherty, who's also here today. And I'm just really excited to be here with all of you, celebrating some incredible work in our community with a bench that is going to be here for a very long time, which I know when folks are out here at all these exciting events are going to have a place to sit down, relax, to enjoy some tea, to enjoy some pizza, to enjoy a milkshake, whatever it is. So congratulations. It's been a pleasure working with you and the entire neighborhood here.
Hey everybody, and my history with Richie goes back even to more recent history. We just met, what was it, at Teresa's birthday party or something at the Penguin that we were doing, and he was already such an encouragement to me and the next generation of leaders, taking me back into history and taking me forward and offering his support. And that's how I already know, even though I've only known you for a short time, that this is well-deserved and such a great honor. I was just down the street, just after some of you, at the, what's the Cuts place called? In the Cut. Isn't that such a perfect blend of old school and new school, right? Just like bringing the heritage of this community into the modern age and what that looks like. And there's so many people here who are working on that. And that's what you mean to me, Richie. And just in the couple of conversations that we had, and the mayor was whispering in my ear some of your heritage. And that's the heritage I want to continue to bring, the heritage of you, of Fitz, and of all the people that pour their heart and soul into every kind of person of every age and every background. And it's why this is some of the most valuable property in the country right now, and why we're working so hard to keep it in the hands of the people who lived here and who made it what it is today. And I thank you so much for your partnership in that. And I really look forward to telling your story for many years to come. Thank you.
We're going to bring, Michael Flaherty's going to say a couple words, and Ellen's going to introduce our last speaker. But before Michael comes up, I just want to give a special shout out to Brigham and Women's Hospital, who helped us with this bench, but does so much behind the scenes in this neighborhood that doesn't ask for credit all the time. And thank you, Brigham Women's. And Richie served with Michael's dad in the House of Representatives as well.
Richie's known me since I was in diapers. Someone said, "Are you going to Richie Rouse's thing?" I said, "Of course, I've been to all of his retirement parties. I might as well go to the bench dedication." He's like the new Tom Menino. They're naming everything after Richie Rouse. But from the Flaherty family, Richie, the Rouses and Flahertys go back literally before I was born, so I wouldn't miss this. It's a testament to you, to your character, to your work ethic, all the things that you've done for just in general, but also particularly for Mission Hill. This is a great neighborhood. You guys are so blessed to be in Mission Hill. You've got great representation, but it's a great neighborhood, and it's a great neighborhood feel. Anytime I'm over here, almost feels like I'm in my own hometown. So you got a lot of mojo going over here in Mission Hill. Keep it up. But it's the hard work of folks like Richie and others that are here your local business leaders, your advocates that make Mission Hill the very special place that it is here in the city of Boston. So I can't wait to plant my ass on that seat, take a picture, and send it to my dad and say, you're not going to believe where I am. I'm in Mission Hill, sitting on Richie Roach's bench. So God bless. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Michael. It's my pleasure to introduce Wanda McLean, who's the Vice President of Community and Health Equity with Brigham and Women's Hospital. The bench that we're dedicating today to Richie would not be here if it were not for Brigham and Women's Hospital. So Wanda, please step forward. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. On behalf... So on behalf of Brigham and Women's Hospital, I am really pleased to be here with you this afternoon to dedicate this bench. You know, we have been a partner with Mission Hill Main Streets for over 20 years. And, you know, why we do that is because we know that the vitality of this community is also in the businesses that provide opportunities and jobs and contribute in the health of the community. Social determinants of health are one of the most important parts of what makes us healthy. Yes, having a hospital down the street is a critically important part, but having a vibrant community is what this is all about. And over the years of Richie's leadership, he has been a partner with many of us, and including the hospital. And I remember when I called on him as we were going for our magnet certification, he's like, I'll be there. And so he is that kind of guy. When you need him to show up, he's there. He's a partner. And so when we were asked to show up and to honor Richie by dedicating a bench in his honor, it was a no-brainer. And so, you know, we're thrilled to be able to have this be a part of the community that provides a place for rest and probably reflection on what it means to be a part of Mission Hill. And we hope that it is a fitting honor. I'm not going to use the language that Representative Flaherty used, but a fitting honor for all who sit and think about Richie's and his contribution to Mission Hill. Thank you so much.
Come on, Richie. It's your day.
Thank you very much. No problem.
All right, here comes old Windbag. Yeah, he's gonna, here we go. All right, can you hear me now? Okay.
Hi, the showman.
I just want to say one or two little things. Thank you all so much for being here and being a part of this. Thank you to Wanda and Sherma and all of the wonderful people at the hospital for your kind gift of this practical item for the businesses here in this neighborhood. That's what makes this very fitting, and actually it probably represents my football career in high school, sitting on the bench. So, but beyond that, the mayor kind of alluded to it, talked about the Main Street program, and I got to tell you, I enjoyed thoroughly my 9 years working here. I did not expect this. I got to think of my pal, Kevin Fitzgerald. His son Michael is here. I thought of him every day when I came here, and thought of, he was indeed one of my closest and dearest friends. And I miss him and think of him often because he had an uplifting spirit, this Mission Hill spirit that was wonderful, and I got to experience it for 9 years here. The mayor talked about the Main Street program, and our elected officials here have all been incredibly supportive of Main Streets. It is so very, very important to the vibrancy of this city, because small businesses are the economic engine for every neighborhood in the city. And when you think of business, put it this way, Amazon and Home Depot aren't sponsoring those Little League kids up the street, and they're not donating to whatever party for Halloween on the Hill and the different things that the small businesses of this neighborhood do. They're a part of our fabric. And we need to support them. And it was an honor and a privilege for me to just be a small part of it. You have wonderful people in this neighborhood. And I'm so happy that I'm going to be quite kind of remembered. My little name in there. It's kind of a living wake. So I guess you don't get to go to your own wake. But thank you all to my many friends. Believe me, working here was a pleasure, and it was all, a wonderful gift to me. Thank you for all of you. Appreciate it.